Guys, it is Cole and Prateek with the Bridge Group, and it is time for our monthly market update. I think that the margin of 1.5% decrease in overall sales this time, May of last year to May of this year, that's a margin of error, right? That's a literal margin of error at 1.5%. I would say that with the storm that came through, that crazy storm that came through, if you were in Houston or if you're looking to move to Houston, you probably know about this like tornado, like hurricane winds, that swept through Houston, displaced a lot of people, including myself, blew my entire back fence off. And that 1.5% was probably seen by pushing closings out from May to June, and it affected May's numbers. Otherwise, it was flat. Yeah. There really wasn't a production increase decrease from May of last year to May of this year.
I think the days on market just went down from like 49 days to like 45 days.
Yes.
That was a small change. And then the supply in the market, it's been there for about 4 months now, which is still increase from last May when it was 2.7%.
It is. And what is bringing that about? So last year we didn't have, it was relatively similar interest rates.
Correct.
But, I would say that having a 4-month supply right now is way higher. I think it's higher than it's been since before COVID, years, right?
I think it's a good thing too, because now buyers have more options.
Yes.
And from a seller point of view, I think you need to have 2 things to sell real estate: exposure and price. So if you're not marketing it properly and it's not priced correctly, it's not going to move.
I always say marketing a property is pretty easy. You just take great pictures, put it online, and do your social media and that kind of stuff. But I don't realize until I'm taking over a listing from another agent just how bad they're staging the properties, how bad the photos are. And I actually have saved one last week to show the team, don't do this, continue to do what we coach and teach. But I don't ever think about that as much as I think about pricing, which, to your point, the months of inventory should encourage us sellers. And I don't know if I'm going to lease my property or sell it, but I'm in your same shoes, to price it appropriately. Correct. Not to say let's see what the market does.
Correct. And we've seen with our listings that if the market is at 500 and we come at 490, 495, we have a much higher chance of having more multiple offers and then have them bump into it and then try to get a higher price.
Because we have a bigger audience, right? Sometimes you'll have a seller and you might be the seller, but I tried to be the seller and Kelly was like, you don't do that with your clients. Why would you do that yourself? List it here so that the market can push it up. But if you're not willing to do that, I would think twice about listing in this market because of the inventory. That inventory just means to a seller competition. You have more competition and there's more for a buyer to choose from. So if they like your property, they make an offer, you're like, well, that was off. I didn't like that. Then they're going to go to the one down the street because there's almost double the inventory there was last year. Single family average price went up 3.6%. So all of this, right? More competition, more inventory, more days on market. But then we also have an increase in the price. I think a lot of buyers have been sitting on the sidelines saying, I'm going to wait till the market crash. I'm going to wait till interest rates go down. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. And the more you wait, and it seems like every month it's 3%, 3.6%, 4%, right? It's gone up.
So if you look at the 100-year graph of real estate, the price has always gone up.
Yeah.
That's one thing you cannot control, the prices.
Yeah.
So.
In the stock market, it's pretty hard to time the market, right? Same thing in the housing market. The best time is right now because next month it'll be another 5% gain on your equity.
And since we're talking about the month of May, I personally saw the luxury segment, those prices increased significantly.
Yeah.
Especially $1 million plus. I was able to do 5 transactions in the month of May, and those averaged about 500,000 and above, and with the total volume of 3.59. So people say the market is slow. I don't think so. It is picking up year over year, and we are seeing that in the numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. His picture's hanging up in the office as the top producer because of that. But you're selling in multiple different markets, so you get a good look. And he does. He's working with buyers, sellers in 1.6, 1.7 to 200,000. And so you get a good look at what's going on in this market. And just because your property is sub 300 does not mean that it's going to sell like that if it's not priced correctly. And we've seen that, right? So guys, that is your monthly market update. I hope that was helpful. And if you want to work with the Bridge Group top producer for the month of May, that's Prateek right here. Please reach out. His information is going to be down below, and we look forward to helping you.